Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of Yugi Talk. My name is Dean,
My name is Joey.
and today we are focusing primarily on Market Watch of both Age of Overlord, but more Rarity Collection, which came out 4 days ago. But we will touch back on Age of Overlord because we have not done a Market Watch on this, as we were more focused on uh, the Rarity Collection. So, Joe, if you want me to share my screen for you?
Yeah. I think we'll start by going back to the previous set, Age of Overlord, which there's a few cards in here. Obviously, the SP Little Knight, kind of crazy. I'm not gonna say I called it, but I wasn't. I'm not surprised to see that card is still. It's actually gone up, I think, which has not been the case for. I don't think any quarter century rare really from pre-sale prices has gone up. I could be off on that, but from what I've seen, I've never seen a quarter century rare so far, which is a new
It's
rarity.
taking a nice bump too.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't
So,
even.
the most recent sales are up close to 500. We had 490 and 490 the past 2 days.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I said in our last video. I guess, like you said, it wasn't exactly a market watch, but we did talk about Age of Overlord, and that was a card, SP Little Knight, that I said I could see being a $400, $500 quarter century, which
Yeah,
we
you were
haven't
dead
seen
on.
before. Yeah, so this was another card I wanted to touch on. Not necessarily the quarter century rare. Also, not surprised that this card is going up. It looks like it had a really big spike. That might have been back a week or two ago when the YCS was happening. I believe there's another event going on this weekend.
Yeah, Richmond's
So
going on right now.
yeah, so
So
again, not
let's just
surprised.
see. Let's take a look at. Okay, so this is an interesting one. Diabell the Black Witch has been held pretty well.
Yeah,
It's interesting to see what the core century rare is in this set. It's only a week out or 2 weeks. Rare Collection came out 2 weeks after this. This probably dipped.
that's
This
crazy. I
dipped hard.
actually
Then
felt like
jumps.
this came out a while ago. Now, just because we had Rarity come out, like just
Yeah, no, it just
boom
wasn't
right
like.
after.
So, yeah, some pretty solid prices still for the core century secret rares from the set. But SP Little Knight, which I'll let you talk about, that's over $100 now.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's holding pretty. We're looking at from August 22nd to now, so about 2 weeks almost. Has been holding right around $100.
Yeah. Again, not surprising to me, and something I did mention to Dean is I don't know if this card will go much higher than that. We've seen a couple cards over the last like year or so, secret rares from these core sets that have hit around $100, but that's usually been the cap. From my recent memory, like cards like Triple Tactics Thrust, Chaos Angel, these were all big time like secret rares that went from that 80 to like $100 range, but typically capped out there. It's not to say that it can't happen, but if I had SP Little Knight, I know Dean has one, I would
Yep.
probably be offloading them. I don't know if I don't know if I see a secret rare going over $100 in today's day and age, but again, it could happen because that card has just been so hyped up, and it is a very important card in the competitive scene right now. The So we touched on the we pulled up the Starlight rare of the Sky Crisis, Zeus Sky,
You
but
want to go back to it?
go try to find the ultra rare, because that's what I actually wanted to talk about. The ultra rare, I think percentage wise has gone up more. If you go, yeah, the second page should be fine. Yeah, wow. So yeah, so it's like a 17
We
$18.
both have this card, right? We have I might have two of these.
I think you do have two. Yeah, I have one. But yeah, it's crazy. We haven't had an ultra rare. I'm not gonna say we haven't had an ultra rare that like on
Darkwing
release.
Blast last year.
Yeah, Darkwing Blast. That's what I was gonna say. Is like on release. The last I can remember was Darkwing Blast, where you're like chasing these ultra rares that were super valuable, and it just gave you back so much value from opening a box or buying a whole booster box. Yeah, this this is another card that I'm not super surprised because it is a very playable card. I think it's like becoming one of those sort of cards where everybody's going to run one in their extra deck, which in a way doesn't make a ton of sense to me because typically cards that are one ofs, just based off of like basic supply and demand, will not be that valuable because it's, there's a large supply of them out there. Everyone only needs one. So typically the prices of things like that will go down. And something we'll get into with the Rarity Collection, cards like Called by the Grave, you could look at like that quarter century rare versus Infinite Impermanence, where Called by the Grave, as most of you probably know, is limited to one. So you can only play one copy in your deck. So that's why, in my opinion, I think that card is, again, just basic supply and demand. That's why that card is so much cheaper than Infinite Impermanence, where you need 3 of them. So, quarter century secret rares, it's only 3 per box, and you need a full playset of that versus a one of. I guess this card, the Sky Crisis, you could play as many as you want. It's not limited or anything, but it feels like a card that you would maybe play just one of. But either way, still the ultra rare has gone up.
It stayed consistent.
Yeah.
Let's see real quick. Yeah, so the other secret rare that's got, I don't know if you know anything about this, is Wanted Secret of Sinful Spoils. You want to talk about that real quick because it's another secret rare that's around, listed medium price is $74 right now. Market price is $63. The quarter century rare is $150. But the secret rare itself, so you have 2 secret rares that are over $60, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I knew this was one of the top secret rares in the set, but I didn't know it was that expensive now. I'm not super familiar with like the concept of this card or what that. I believe it's played like an engine with the Diabellstar Black Witch, so that spell card kind of enables that engine that I think people are playing in Rescue Ace now, which is becoming one of the best decks. A lot of people, I think, are topping YCSs with Rescue Ace, and it's Rescue Ace has been one of the best decks in the OCG, I think, for a while. So typically what you'll see happen is like the TCG will start to kind of catch up with some of the theory crafting of the OCG. So
last thing, so Magicians of Bonds and Unity Core Century, this one is sitting about $70 as well. So we talked about this the last episode.
Yeah,
this is not that good of a card.
No, and yeah, it just, I get what they're trying to do.
They were trying to do it as like a collector piece, correct?
Yeah, and it's magician themed, so it kind of looks like Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl. It's cool.
2500 attack.
Yeah, but it's a level 8, and like, so I don't fully understand if it's supposed to be in theme with Dark Magician. It certainly looks like, an alternate universe version of Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician.
But it must be such a special summon from your hand by having 25 or more cards in your graveyard. While your opponent has 25 more cards in your graveyard, this card gains another 2500 attack, which I guess is a good. If you pulled this in your first hand, you just have a negged card.
Yeah,
with
and
you the entire time.
Honestly, I think the only reason they did that is,
and when do you go?
Go ahead.
No, go.
I was going to say, I think the only reason they did that is just like a gimmick thing. It's 25 or more cards in your graveyard, 25th anniversary. Like, I think they literally just did that because it's like a quarter century.
So it's 25 just all across, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a gimmicky thing. I don't think this will ever be like a viable, even if you're playing like, I don't know, Tearlaments, Dark World, like you're not going to have 25 cards in your graveyard turn 1, let alone turn 2 most times.
No.
But yeah.
All right, so why don't we switch over to the Rarity Collection?
Yeah.
Which is annoying because they don't have the images here. So that's going to be, I don't like that. But about I would imagine you're paying $90 if you get it from a store. I'm sure that
I
they
was
bump.
thinking maybe even 100 because yeah, the fact that it's gone, I think it's actually, if you want to click on the sealed product, the box there, I think it's actually gone up. Yeah,
It
so it
went
had
up
a
and then
big
down.
spike. Now it's cooling off a little bit, but it looks like it's going to hover around like the $80 mark on TCG Player, which is always cheaper than
Then
unfortunately than
stores.
buying it in a game store.
We had gotten it for 85 because we got day of. So
And that actually now looking back turned out to be a pretty good price
yeah, we
on
should have
that.
probably just grabbed another, like a third one or something, just to hold.
Yeah,
This is a box that I would buy and hold,
yeah,
and just like similar to this like LOB that I have over here that I'm giving away,
yeah.
but just like let it sit for a while. Um, prices have. How would you describe it?
I mean, like it's listen, it was pre-sales. We all know how that kind of goes. I'm actually surprised to see like the Ash Blossom, which is still the card of the set. Really unfortunate that TCG Player doesn't have photos for most of these yet, but
Yes, very
um,
annoying.
I really, I don't know. I really would have thought this would have stayed at minimum $200 for
Well,
the
this
quarter
this is
century rare.
saying this is saying that they're selling for like $86 right now.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah, it's saying market price like 150, 170. Yeah, most of the listings are at 170, so I don't know where those.
Do you think? Okay, so for example, like here's a near mint first edition Korean one, right?
Yeah,
Do you think? Which I actually have this.
yeah,
I have the
yeah, you
Korean
do.
version of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this is it's getting intermixed right now?
Uh, that's possible. I actually don't know how that works on TCG Player. I would hope
Because
not, because
I'm looking at this and this is all English cards and all
for
the
yeah,
listings are $179 or more.
yeah.
So listed
Which
median price is 194, market price is 155. It's yeah. See now it's saying the sales aren't cash. So I'm sure there's something a little fishy going on here. I would agree this is going to be over a $200 card.
yeah, I don't. But the fact that
If
it's even going
SB
down to this far is surprising to me. Like because you look at like some of the quarter centuries that we were. Now, granted, you're pulling more Ash Blossoms. I'm sorry, you're pulling more quarter centuries from this set than like a core set. Like
yes, but
uh,
every card has a quarter century.
yeah,
And
but
how many cards are in this set?
79, I think.
So that's 79 quarter century rares.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I've watched a decent amount of people opening cases, multiple cases worth of this set, and some of them you weren't even seeing a collector's rare Ash Blossom, which I did pull by the way, let alone a quarter
I think I
century.
I think I got platinum.
No, no, collector's rare Ash
Oh,
Blossom,
okay.
which is like the second. That yeah, that's right there on the right side, your top right, the PCR. It's sitting at like $31, $32. It was, I think last time I texted you, it was like $80.
Yeah,
So,
it was like 82. So this definitely took a dip.
but even the quarter century Ash is like cut in half as well. That was like 300 something, 400, which uh, you know like I said,
Wow.
the SP Little Knight in Age of Overlord and stuff, you're pulling on average much less quarter centuries from those sets. You're not even guaranteed one per box. But at the same time, Ash Blossom has become such an iconic card. Still playable since the day it released, and it's one of the cards that people have been asking for a Starlight rare of that card for years. So I think this was like people were super hyped in the beginning. It was like we're finally getting this high rarity Ash Blossom. I'm just surprised to see it basically the price be cut in half at this point.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like slowly going through this so people could see if they're watching on YouTube. So Infinite Permanence, which I actually do have. I'm gonna jump up to the top real quick. Mark price like $63. So that's one that I pulled. Which I, at the time was I did say I thought the Egyptian God Slime for some reason I don't know why I thought this. I thought that one was gonna have that price was gonna hold. I mean, again, you have a lot of like $20, $30 cards. Dark Rolling No More. I have the collector rare of that. Effector, Ultimate Rare,
Yeah.
and the collector rares of. So Ultimate Rare, collector rare. What's the new rarity?
Well, technically the ultimate and the collectors are new for us. Though the collectors
Yeah,
that
that
we got,
version of the collector. Yeah, I know that, but there's that
yeah,
new one that's has the
they're calling them platinum secret rares here. I think that is actually like an entirely new rarity where it's basically a secret rare, but the text box and the border around the card art is like a diagonal
it's like a
secret rare
bronze. Yeah,
sort of thing.
yeah.
Because I think what people were expecting was there were actual platinum secret rares in the TCG years ago. They were like kind of in the same boat as like the gold rares. People were not a huge fan of them. I've seen some of them. They look pretty cool. I think especially on like Xyz monsters, they actually looked kind of good. But I think people were assuming because we've already had a platinum secret rare that that's what we were going to get. And it is kind of strange that they gave us. They're calling it the exact same thing, but it's a totally different rarity. And I think it's for the better because they're a lot overall a lot better looking than the original platinum secret rares that we had. But yeah, do you want to go real quick to low to high? I just want to see what the cheapest,
Well, I just
unless
want
you
to
have
see.
something else.
So one I'm surprised by is the Fallen of Albaz quarter century is only $12.
Mm. Yeah, that deck has kind of fallen from grace a little bit. Like it's still that deck could still top a YCS any given week at this point, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's a tier one or like a top tier deck anymore. It's just been as things go, it's just been kind of power crept out of the game a little bit. But I mean, in the TCG, it's still at full power. There's still 3 branded fusion are still legal, where in the
Mhm.
OCG and Master Duel now, it's branded fusion is
Limited.
limited to 1, which is kind of crazy. So the deck is still a great deck. I think just people have it's kind of fallen out of the spotlight in a way. Like I don't mean to like I'm not bashing the deck. It is still one of the best decks around, but I think it's just not as people are not talking about it on social media, and it's just like just be kind of became kind of just fallen into the background a little bit.
So I'm looking at this. I'm trying to go backwards, and I mean it's all like 9 cents,
Okay.
1 penny.
I mean that makes sense for some of the super rares, but I
But
believe
it,
Pot of
I mean,
Prosperity. I heard the Pot of Prosperity super rare was like $7, which
I
is
can
kind of
try to.
crazy.
It's probably better to go the other way, honestly, and just scroll a couple
Yeah,
times
and
down.
yeah, that's true.
Let me see this. You're saying Pot of P Super?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting
Pot.
on that topic too. Somebody did comment on our
Oh,
opening
the Egyptian
video.
God, the Egyptian God Slime quarter century is $6.
Yeah. So okay, so 2 things that I want to just go back to comment on what you said. So that right, we'll talk about this right now. The
I'm gonna
Egyptian
just.
God Slime.
I just want to say I'm live buying the Red Eyes Flare Mare Dragon
Yeah,
quarter century.
that's a really cool one.
So,
Um,
or what am I looking for?
so uh, the Egyptian God Slime. You don't necessarily have to click on it, but in general, I just wanted to say like you said, you would have thought that might have like held some value or something. Um,
It says one
I,
printing.
it does, and this is now the highest rarity of it. Something I said to you a couple days ago is like I did purposely hold on to my original ultra rare. It's a first edition from the Rage of Ra. I could see that potentially keeping some value just because again it is more of a collector nostalgia sort of card, and like the fact that it's first edition from the original print set. um yeah, so there's listings at 20. It's saying somehow the market price is still at 50, but
It's
no
not even coming
shorts.
up.
Well, yeah, scroll down. I want to see what the cheapest prices they have. Yeah, so
English.
people are selling it for around 20. But yeah, overall the point I wanted to make was like that card in Rarity Collection, and then you have some of these other more collectible, nostalgic cards in previous sets, like take for example Gate Guardian from Maze of Memories, where like why is that one of the cheapest collector's rares in there when you would think like, oh, this is awesome, like a finally a high rarity version of Gate Guardian. It's a fan favorite card, and that's just a trend that we've been seeing in most of these sets where they put one sort of nostalgic card in the high rarity slot, like a Hungry Burger as well, collector rare, was if not the cheapest, I think one of the cheapest collector's rares from that set. So yeah, that's just like a trend that I've been noticing. So to me, I'm not completely surprised with the God Slime in the 25th Rarity Collection. It's unfortunate, but I think some, a little bit of people's spirits have been crushed with the collector's market. But then again, some of those other cards like the Gate Guardian and stuff that I mentioned were all prior to the Rarity Collection announcement, I think. So
Jump back to this. And anything else from this set that you liked opening this a lot? I enjoyed
I did.
opening it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna buy another one. Probably will. Probably like one more.
One thing that I was really hoping, and I did happen to confirm today, was they are making blister packs of this set. So
Oh, they are?
yeah. So this is something that like this is a set that I would really like. There hasn't been a set in a while where like pretty much any time if I'm going through a Walmart or a Target, walking past the checkout aisle, like I would grab a couple blister packs of this just because I mean the potential to pull something, the ratios are so much better, and it's just a ton of fun. You're getting all these different rarities in one pack. You could literally buy one or two packs at a Walmart or something like that and potentially pull a quarter century secret rare or whatever, regardless of the value that you're pulling. Like that to me is just so much more fun to, rather than buying like a core set blister or something from Target, Walmart, where like you could be, grabbing a couple packs, like I said, at the checkout aisle, and you're pulling a secret rare Pot of Prosperity and a ultra rare Baron de Fleur in one pack. Like, yeah, like I said, regardless of what those values are gonna sit at, that just feels really awesome to be able to do that. And all the cards in this set are completely playable, to this day, for the most part.
I don't know if I believe that there's gonna be quarter century rares and the blisters because I'm not a blister guy, and I've
I feel like there
been
has like
screwed.
with 3 per box. I feel like there has to be.
It's a good giveaway. It's a good giveaway that we can do.
Yeah,
A couple blisters of we probably should go tomorrow, honestly. Tomorrow's the day that they usually get the new stuff.
yeah.
So maybe we'll do a quick drive by. Anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Let's pull up Pot of Prosperity on TCG Player. Just search. Yeah, share your screen. Just go to the search bar, and just search Pot of Prosperity, and then just click in Yu-Gi-Oh, so it'll show us all of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, yeah. So wait, is this what you want to look at?
Well, I just wanted to look at all the different versions, but mainly to see where even like the low super rares were sitting at price wise.
I want to look at this. Look at this drop off.
Yeah, that's a pretty big drop. I mean, overall, I don't know. I mean, what do you think compared to other Starlights? That doesn't look too bad. Like
Uh,
shaved like $100 off.
Shaved like $150
Or
off.
look at that right there. Direct by TCG Player, which is usually more expensive. $296. So wait, scroll down. I want to see what people are listing it at.
I feel like
Wow. Okay, so it's actually much lower than the market price, like 300. So yeah, it's like probably like a 40% cut.
I mean, yeah. Do you buy? Yeah, if this is you wouldn't buy that. Do you know what I mean? At this point.
At this point, no. Like the only Starlights that I think I would feel safe buying would be ones that don't have a quarter century rare, and you try to ride it out until whenever Konami decides to.
I mean, it's kind of, yeah. For the most part, those are the cards that I have.
Yeah. Yeah, and most of those, I don't see any reason why they would give them like a quarter century rare. There's just certain cards that wouldn't fit into like a lot of sets unless they made like a theme. Like for example, Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer. Like that would be kind of weird. I don't know. I guess you could consider that like that would be a card I wouldn't have been surprised to have seen in the Rarity Collection necessarily, but they would need to be like a specific themed sort of set where they would give that a quarter century
Yeah, I
secret
feel.
rare.
Yeah, the
Um,
ultra rare is $5.
yeah, but that's really weird. Like the super rare is more than the ultra rare. I don't. That doesn't make any sense.
It's probably just. Yeah, actually, that is weird. There's nothing. They're selling.
Yeah.
There's not enough.
Um,
There's not enough information yet on some of these.
yeah, that could be like just like a weird fluke. But on the topic of Pot of Prosperity, what I wanted to mention was somebody. I don't know if I said this earlier, so I might be repeating myself, but somebody commented on our opening video that they didn't pull any Pot of Prosperities in an entire booster box, and I had a similar experience. I have to
I
go
don't
back
think
and
I did
watch.
either.
Yeah, I didn't get a single one. So, um, kind of backtracking a little bit, but on the same topic, that's why the Ash Blossom price drop is kind of surprising to me because Ash Blossom in general, I'm talking even just super rare. Same situation with the Pot of Prosperity. There's like I've seen people open entire boxes without getting a single Ash Blossom or a single Pot of Prosperity, even as low as a super rare. So there's absolutely I don't know if there's enough info out there to say, but from what I've seen, there's definitely short prints in this set. And
Yeah, I don't have any pot. I don't have any pot of anything.
really,
Nope, I got no pots. Any pots? No pots for
oh,
me.
I got a couple. I got a few extravagance and something else maybe, but definitely didn't get any pot of prosperities. I've checked my cards multiple times now, so yeah, it's very like the pot of prosperity $7 super rare almost kind of makes sense if that's the case. If you're going to
Yeah,
be
no, that
opening it,
does make sense.
but the ash blossom still kind of surprises me for that same reason because like I said, I've seen people open entire boxes with no ash blossom.
I got the my other core century was the reasoning. I just want to see where that falls. Or reasoning, not the reasoning. Probably not anything good. All right, whatever. I got infinite impermanence. I can't complain about that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
buy it.
a very
The
solid.
Flare Mail Dragon. I guess it's 2 level 7 monsters, so I could use that in my deck.
Yeah, it's actually spoiler alert, that is part of your updated Dark Magician deck.
Oh. Okay, so let's end there. We're about to hit the 30-minute mark, which is a good place to end anyway. This is coming out on Monday. Just I wish the pictures are here because it looks worse like this.
Yeah,
But we at least want to kind of give an idea of what the prices are sitting at. Wednesday, are we putting out a Master Duel video? Is that when we're gonna try to get the deck
yeah. Let's
profile by
do
then?
Wednesday. We'll be doing. I did a updated version of Dean's Dark Magician deck on Master Duel, so we'll be doing a little just back and forth between me and him, updating the deck, maybe opening some packs to get him new cards on there, and then we'll take it into ranked, and I'll basically just kind of sit there and talk him through some of the plays and stuff like that.
I'm just real quick buying a Red Eyes Flare Mail Dragon for myself. Okay. Anything else you want to say to people? Oh, whoever watched the what 2 videos are popping off right now? Both of them are still
Oh
popping
yeah,
off, right?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, whoever watched the Scareclaw deck profile video, Master Duel video, we really appreciate you. That video has done really well for us. So we want to keep up with what's working or whatever appears that you guys are enjoying more. So we're going to be coming out with more Master Duel videos. I enjoy Master Duel a lot. I know Dean does as well, and according to YouTube, you guys do also. So it's something we're going to try to stay consistent with.
Yeah, just to like give people kind of an idea, that video is over 1,000 views now, and has gotten us over 100 watch hours,
Yeah, that's
which for a channel of our size is very good.
yeah,
We're 5xing followers to views. And then the Rarity Collection video has all of a sudden popped off as well,
yeah.
and that's doing very well for us. And we're coming up on browse features and suggested videos a lot more. So
Yeah, so we really appreciate that, guys. And like I said, we'll try to continue to bring you that type of content that you guys are clearly enjoying more.
all right,
And yeah, that'll wrap it up. We will see you guys in the next one.
all right, bye.